Paul Hamilton here for iPad Monthly. In our last tutorial, we looked at the wonderful app that was Speed Clock, and we were starting to measure some distances. And what we're going to do is work with that a little bit more now and have a look at how we can do some conversion and using Explain Everything to do some conversion. So here I'm in Maps down the bottom. I'm in Speed Distance. And what we can actually do is pick up these little, pins, and we can start to map out the distance between different places globally. So you can see down the bottom there from Brisbane to New Zealand, and we can be a little bit more precise there if we wanted to go really close to Wellington and so forth and be a little bit more specific. And down the bottom here you can see the actual distance in meters. So we're going to do some conversion in regard to some maths concepts. So I'm going to take just a screenshot of that. And then I'm going to jump out of Speed Clock and jump into one of our other favorite apps, which is Explain Everything. And that'll allow us to do some thinking and record our thinking here. So I'll start a new doc. Let's go back. Let's just go with the white one. We'll bring in that screenshot that we've just taken. If you haven't used Explain Everything before, you can have a look at some of our other tutorials on iPad Monthly. Let's go to Photos. Hopefully there it is there. We'll just press Done. We'll make that a little bit smaller. So I'll just put it in the corner there, and then I'll press I, and what I'll actually do is I'll just press on that image and I'll actually lock it. So we'll just lock it there so it's not moving around. And what we can actually do is start to do some calculations with that distance down the bottom, which is 2 million meters and so forth. So what we can actually do here is that we can actually bring in some, maths equations and start to look at, just move that over a little bit if I can, just push that down. Move that over there, and then we can start to look at that figure down the bottom, which is 2 million and so forth. So we'll just double click in there, and let's go straight into just a calculation. We might put 2,625,000. I know this is not accurate. 475. We'll put divided by, and then we can start to think about the actual measurements and say, if I want to convert from meters to kilometers, how many meters in a kilometer? Well, that's 1,000, so I'll go 1,000, and then I'll just finish there and check. Now you can see my measurements a little bit different to the one down there. That's just because I couldn't see it on the screen. But we can get kids to actually explain their thinking now. So what we could do is actually get them to actually record, maybe through a pen tool, and they can do the equation that way and actually press record, do their thinking. But this is just a great way of getting, kids to start thinking about distances, using locations on mapping, on satellites, and start to use kind of a multitude of apps to actually do some mathematical concepts and actually do some real life calculations. And the kids love doing this, and they actually really start to explore the different distances, and they've got a kind of an authenticity or actually a purpose for actually learning these things, which I think is really exciting. Paul Hamilton here for iPad Monthly, signing off.